continuation of the former President Jacob Zuma's trial in Pietermaritzburg. Our politics editor, Sbu Ngalwa, joins me on the line. Sbu, before we lost you, I was talking about Carl Niehaus and something he said earlier on in the bulletin about needing to get a small group of people together. And when one looks at the kind of numbers that have been gathering outside the courtroom in support of the former president, I was questioning whether they would have been able to get a big group of people together in the first place.
Look, obviously, I don't think that the reality is that Jacob Zuma is no longer in power. And in as much as he may still have some support, it's not the same support that we had. I mean, if you remember, I've got this vivid picture of the scenes outside the Pietermaritzburg High Court after the Nicholson judgment. You saw the people who were there. You were Zweli Zimavavi, Wedemandashi, Khalima Mutlande, Julius Malema, Blade Nzimande, and all of those people have since fallen out with Jacob Zuma. And no offense to Carl, and I think that the fact that he actually remains the one spearheading Zuma's campaign actually talks of the support, how support for Zuma has waned over the years. But also you must understand that now that he's no longer in power, when he was in power, incumbency has its own lure. It attracts people to him. And I think that also another element is that Jacob Zuma can no longer sustain the argument that he is a victim of a political conspiracy. Because if you ask the question, for what, to what end, where will it take us?
I suppose, you know, you're raising an important issue about the former president not being in power and what effectively that means for the kind of pull that he's able to draw. What are the political implications, if any, of this case today?
I think the whole Zuma defense and also his rise to power was around him being the perpetual political victim, a victim of Thabo Mbeki at the time. And Thabo Mbeki is no longer president. And actually, if you can see, there's actually been very little. It's very difficult for the Zuma team to argue that he's part of a political conspiracy, as I say, because Zuma has nothing else to offer. He's done his presidency, he's done his time. So there would not be any argument which is tangible that can say that someone is trying to stop him from something. He's been asking for his day in court all these years, and it looks like now he finally has his day in court. But also, I don't think that is because of Zuma's respect for the law side. And I think it has to do with the crucial December 2018 judgment, which actually ruled that Jacob Zuma has to pay his legal fees. So he can no longer now continue to fight his cases in court, but also you do realize that he had also reached the end of the legal road, in that now all that was left was for him to appeal to the Constitutional Court, and also the Constitutional Court probably would have agreed with the Supreme Court of Appeals that there was no reason for a permanent stay of prosecution.
How much of this trial is likely to dig up some buried memories and even political infighting and squabbles of the ANC as it gets underway?
Look, in terms of the political squabbles of the ANC, they have always been there. And I think Zuma actually still maintains that there were attempts by former President Thabo Mbeki to stop him from becoming president. But the reality is I don't think that argument still holds anymore. I don't think that actually, as things stand, it has that much bearing on the ANC. Yes, it will dig up some dirt on the ANC, to bring up some facts about the murky arms deal of the 1990s. But I think in terms of President Cyril Ramaphosa and his standing, I don't think it taints him in any way. He was not there around that time. And also the reality is that Jacob Zuma's case has been, we already have a Shabir Sheikh who has been convicted. Now all that remains is for the NPA to prove its case against Jacob Zuma, and I don't think that the ANC can suffer any more damage than it already has.
All right, our politics editor, Sbu Ngalwa, let's leave it there for tonight.